Okay, so I left off. So this one would be a different one. So we're going to start out with Villain Deku. Villain Deku would be talking to Overhaul, and Overhaul says, I want you to meet a boy named Bob. I don't know, I don't think of a name. And he would bring him to a room to where Bob is. And he would get there, and he would ask what's Bob's quirk. Overhaul would say he has a space quirk, sort of, or more like a dimension quirk. And he tells me he sees in a dimension with another version of them. But in the other version, there's other version of you with the same quirk. And we have been getting the supplies of anti-bullets or anti-quirk bullets by using his quirk. And we're trying to get to that world to figure out how to get more of the bullets instead of having them kind of teleport to us. Or we can take over another world. And Deku say, fine, that's pretty interesting. And they ask who's the person that's over there. They'd say, it seems a girl named Eri. Eri has a quirk to some time quirk. And all that. And so we're trying to find a way to get his quirk more enhanced. So we need you to break a deal with Overhaul to give us some kind of quirk enhancement, that a stronger quirk that permanently enhances. Have you ever had a honey bun thrown at you behind your back? A honey bun with glaze on it? Well, it kind of feels weird because I got creeped out. Because that just happened to me. But yeah. And Deku would say okay. And they would tell him he would go to, Overhaul or All for One and tell him about the plan. He would say yeah. And he would be coming there. But whenever he comes, this is whenever they're about to strike Overhaul. But they strike up a deal. And All for One will grab the kid, giving him a quirk similar to like One for All to enhance quirks. And he would have did that, and this would cause him to automatically open up a warp in the sky. This warp would connect another version of the city together, with people falling down on the roofs and all that. And this is whenever people will start dropping from the sky, but every time they do, they'll drop into another version of themselves. Or near them. And now we will skip to Deku the hero. Before this, Deku and them went to Night Eye. Night Eye is talking about we gotta infiltrate this place. But they'll be doing this and they would get there, going through all the trials. And Mirio, and Deku would get through because Deku can melt through walls. So him and Deku are running through ahead of people because Deku got split up from the rest of them in this one. But that's whenever Eerie and all that would have used a enhanced version of the quirk because him and One For All made the deal to enhance Eerie's quirk, causing at the same time she gets the quirk and Bob gets the quirk, creating a time and space loop or a portal. And people will be appearing in front of themselves. Some of them are villains, some of them are heroes. But Bob and Eerie and two overhauls would appear in front of each other with Deku. And Mirio would be at the place too. Two Mirios. Deku and Deku will look at each other. One of them would say, the villain would say, "So you're me." And the hero would say, "So you're me too." And they'll both send out their hands, shooting out heat blast, combining and exploding. That's when Deku would charge at him with electricity, but the other one would duck and weave and throw him. That's whenever they would start fighting at equal terms for a while. And he'll ask, "Are you a villain?" The villain one. And he would say, the hero would say, "No, I'm a hero." And he would say, "Why are you a hero? Didn't Endeavor regret you like like me?" He would say, "Yes, but I decided not to become a hero to prove that I'll be a better one with my quirk." He'll start arguing, but this is whenever Overhaul and Overhaul would meet, and they'll say, "So you're me," and they wouldn't fight because they both say that I don't like getting my hands dirty. That's whenever the one with Bob would say, "I'd come to bring these two children together because what their quirks can do together." Saying yours cancels out quirks and this one can bind a space and time quirk. Saying, grabbing both of them with Overall saying, "What are you doing with her?" Saying, "I'm just using my quirk," pushing them together, combining into a kid with a blue eye with blonde hair on that, or white hair on that side, with a red eye, or a purple eye and a red eye, blonde hair and white hair, a horn, and a fang. And this is whenever on each side, and showing that they'll use their quirk to take over the world, and we can destroy all peoples with quirks. The one from the villain Deku side with Bob has a complex to destroy or take away every quirk in the world. And he would say, "I just need your help." He would say, "Sure." And they would touch hands, combining into that four-armed creature. And this would increase their quirks. And it would run at Deku and two Dekus, combining them, mixing them together into an increased version of Deku's heat quirk, One For All, and Perfect Combat. So this would cause mayhem in the world. Two different worlds with two different people combining. Whoever's will stronger takes over. But Deku is different. Since they both have strong wills, they would become something different. They would be constantly fighting, but eventually their psyches will mix, creating a deku that despises heroes but wants to prove them wrong, turning into a Stain. More of a Stain personality that won't kill any heroes but would show them a way. And they would jump up and they would grab Bobby Ree, I don't know, the mixture of two. And the only way to reset the world is to tell Eerie to turn back time to non-existence. And they would do this with only Deku and Eerie Bob, which they would split apart in the world of nothing, sitting there with nothing left, becoming the gods of the worlds. And they would see time rebuild. But in this timeline, quirks don't come along. It's a normal world. It's 2020 right now. And this is whenever the first quirk person comes through. With Deku telling Eerie and them to turn him into a kid. And he will be the brother of the first user of All for One. And he would get the quirk known as One for All. Dun dun dun! Hope you like this combined what if, and yeah, goodbye. Hope you guys like it. Goodbye, I guess.